What's up, everyone? Welcome to Walk Off Wagers, presented by Pub Sports Radio. I'm one of your hosts, Wine Time Sports. This is my guy to my now he's to my right today. My guy Spoons Bets, and we got my guy Jose on the ones and twos backstage. Look, guys, we break down this entire MLB card for you guys. Shout out to everyone that shows out here every single Sunday for the show. Me and Spoons are always excited to do the show. It seems like it's been getting better and better each week, and it's been growing. So we'd love to see that. It starts with you guys in the chat, everyone in there early and often. See my guy Dougie Wise in there, Perky Sanders, just my 2 cents, Desiree in there. Everyone, guys, if you're just stopping in, hit the like button on the way in, guys. As I mentioned, we're going to be breaking down every single card today. So we got a lot of work to do. We've got some all-star guests coming on here per usual. We've been bringing you guys new guests every single week. We've been bringing you guys one or two of the same, but also 1 to 2 new guests every single week. And that's kind of the plan for as long as we can do that. But we've got some really good cappers coming on here shortly. I'm excited to break this card down with. Spoons, introduce yourself and let the people know a little bit about yourself and what we're going to be doing today.
Yeah, I'm Morgan Spooner. You can call me Spoon. Find me on X at Spoons Bets. We're going to be breaking down the card from all sorts of facets today, whether it be the X's and O's of the game, the weather, the market. We're going to try to get you all the information you need to bet any game you want. We're also going to give you our best bets for the day and see how that goes. I got one home run prop. I'll get there when we get there. I got 4 bets locked so far. There's a couple I'm kind of on the edge about. Maybe Wine Time will sell me on 1 or 2 of those, but I'm just excited for another great show. Some new guests making their appearance on the show. And as always, we get Stacks back, our guy. So I think it's going to be another great Sunday Wine Time. Let's get to it.
Yeah, man, I'm excited, as you said. And again, shout out to everyone in the chat. We're seeing some more people come in there right now. I see my guy Jared in there, Dabby Cab. He'll be joining us shortly. T Moss, always good to see you, my guy. Yeah, I'm excited for this show. Like you said, it's going to be star-studded today, and we've got a lot of games to talk about. So let's get right to it. I know the first game of the day we're going to be talking about, we are going to be going to Arlington, Texas, for the St. Louis Cardinals and Texas Rangers. Very interesting series here so far. It seems like the line's continuously moving up towards the Rangers as we look at it. Got Jacob deGrom on the mound, but Spoons, my guy, give us the weather report on this and a little bit of the market and what you think about this game.
Yeah, it's going to be a really hot day down in Texas. For that reason, they're going to have the roof closed in this stadium. It's kind of a weird roof here. I don't think it's going to be a super offensive park today. A lot of unders have been hitting in this park the more we look at it, to be honest. And we got 2 pitchers that have been pitching really well on the bump for us. I kind of lean on the under in this game. I see a ton of money has come in on the under. 94% of the tickets and 95% of the money is opened at a 7.5, and it's still 7.5s everywhere. So I didn't have enough to move on that under itself. I think it's kind of suspicious the books haven't brought that number down at all. Almost makes me think the over's live. Fetty is a guy that we've seen him get touched in past years, and maybe these Ranger bats are starting to find themselves now that they got the core of their lineup back healthy. That's all I got on this. I took a pass on this. Do you have anything on this One Time?
Man, come into the show, Spoons. We talked a little about it backstage. I have no official plays going into this card, guys. I'm going to be making them on the show with you guys, with my guy Spoons and our guests along the way. Looking at this game, though, actually, it looks like the line moved a little bit towards the Cardinals. Let me see right now just to be sure. But right now we're sitting at a Cardinals plus 140, so it doesn't look like a ton of movement right now. It does look like some more of the money's coming in on deGrom and the Texas Rangers. I mean, I wouldn't really think this is a suspicious line. I mean, look at these records. Obviously, Cardinals 8 game over 500, Rangers 3 games under 500. But who's on the mound for these guys? Eric Fetty was 1 or 2 seasons away from never pitching again in the big leagues. Had that great year overseas. Comes back last year and was good. And this year, I mean, if you look at his numbers, they've been solid. So shout out to Eric Fetty for still being able to make a career in the bigs, man. I thought he was done a couple years ago. But I do think we might be getting a little bit of value here with Eric Fetty and the St. Louis Cardinals looking at this game a little bit more. I know the Rangers are coming off a win yesterday in this series. I have a lean towards the Cardinals here in this spot. I know this is going to be our first game that's going to be coming off here in about 2 hours. So maybe we circle back to this game as we go. But as of right now, it's going to be a pass. But I do have a lean towards Eric Fetty and the Cardinals. Especially if this line continues to somewhat move down towards the Cardinals and move in their direction, we're going to see more public coming in and backing DeGrom just because of who he is and that name. And he's been pitching really well this season as well. Shout out to my guy, Joey DFS in the building right there. Shout out to all the MMA guys. I was watching them last night. Cash, good shit, guys. See my guy, Perky Sanderson in there. Saturated, Ron Lofton. Everyone in there. Gerald Jones, good to see you guys. Big Daddy Boom, always. Vincent Hawkins, Robert Cherry, Sharon Polium, Philly Eagle Flyer. We got a lot of people coming in right now, so shout out to you guys. But yeah, nothing official for me or my guy Spoon on this game. Although this should be a good ball game. I see my guy Stacks right there. Rangers -1.5 plus 123. Okay, that's some good value right there. I mean, you're getting some good plus money with the Rangers, so I like it. But this is gonna be a pass for me as of right now. Let's move to the bottom feeders in the American League right now. The Chicago White Sox and the Baltimore Orioles. Shout out to Holiday yesterday. I think that was his first career leadoff home run, did in front of his dad and his brother. Shout out to him. But what do you got to say about this game, Spoons? Anything about the weather, anything about the market here that interests you at all about this game?
Yeah, they're playing this one in Baltimore over there at Oriole Park at Camden Yards, one of the most beautiful places to play a baseball game. It's going to be in the 60s and 70s today. Sun's out. Great day for baseball overall. 5% plus home runs on our Friends from Ballpark Pals model. Runs overall 5%. I think this is going to be a decent day for the Orioles to score some runs. I see a guy in Adrian Hauser who's a little bit of a journeyman who's had some success to start this year, but I don't really trust that. And then on the other side, we got Charlie Morton, who's been in the major leagues as long as anybody can remember at this point. And I think this is a White Sox lineup he can actually get through. There's a reason he's still getting paid to go out there every 5 days, and that's because he has quality arm. He knows how to get through lineups, and this White Sox lineup leaves a lot to be desired. I looked at Orioles -1 and Orioles team total. There was a lot of juice associated with everything, and it made me think that the Orioles were really live here today. That being said, I don't trust this pitching staff. Charlie Morton, clearly you look at his numbers, they are not the greatest this year. But if you go look at his last few starts out there, he hasn't given up more than one earned run in his last 4 starts, or more than 2 earned run in his last 4 starts. And I think he can keep them live. It's Orioles or pass for me. The market in this game, I'll hit after you say something. I'm trying to get it to reload.
No, you're good. Yeah, for me in this game, this is going to be a pass. I took a shot on the White Sox live yesterday for a small wager. Couldn't end up getting it done. It's on the Orioles in a money line parlay the day before. Now we're seeing them at a -162 here. I'm seeing a White Sox plus 147 here. I want nothing to do with either of these teams really going forward this baseball season unless we can find some value. Shout out to the journeyman Morton. He's still, like you said, he knows how to pitch and get through these lineups. He knows how to hit his spots. He doesn't always have the best stuff and the fastest stuff, but he knows how to get outs. Hauser, on the other hand, as well. This is going to be a stay away game for me. I like the White Sox rotation for the future of this team. It's just the lineup. I can't really get there with. The lineup is weak. Nothing I want to place any of my money on, at least. So this is a pass for me. Were you able to pull up the market?
Yeah. So on this game, we have 88% of the money on Baltimore, but only 59% of the tickets. So I think that basically makes up for juice. And then there's a little bit of discrepancy on the total. We have 57% of the tickets on the over, but 72% of the money on the under. And I see those 9s everywhere on a pretty offensive day. I got to just lean the over with that.
Yeah, it's a tough spot here. And it's crazy to look at the lineup posted right now. Luis Robert, man, supposed to be one of the up-and-coming players, hitting 7th today. It's crazy to see Luis Robert hitting 7th here, but he has not been seeing the ball well this year. So that explains it. But this lineup here for the White Sox, nothing I want to touch here. And I don't want to take I don't want to take Baltimore on a -1 or a -1.5 here. I don't like the value here. I don't want to take old man Morton here in this spot. I do like their batting order better, and I do like Morton over Hauser. But it's just not enough. Nothing correlates enough for me here. I do like that some of the bigger bets are coming in. I mean, is this market moving right now, Spoons? Like, is there a significant move towards the Orioles, or is it just a slight move? Or
moving right back. So I have an open of -170, depending where you look, and I see just minus 160s to minus 170s, depending which book you're looking at. So I'm not seeing very much movement. I think the books kind of line this exactly where they wanted to, and that's why they're not going to move it. I think they have faith in the Orioles to get the win here. I think Adrian Hauser's numbers are kind of inflated. Just those 2 starts, they look good, but that's not going to happen over the course of the season.
Yeah, this is a game I want nothing to do with, Spoons. So we could go ahead and pass on this game right here. Again, shout out to everyone in the chat. I see my guy Saturated there, top tier capping, Vincent Hawkins, Dougie Wise, Wager Detective. Saw he made his Pub Sports Radio debut yesterday. Shout out to you, my guy. You killed it. We got to get you on here one of these days. And I see my guy Stacks is in the back right now. Whenever he gives me the signal, I will bring him on because I think this might be one of his games. But yeah, let's go right to great state of let's go to Philly, man. Milwaukee against Philly. Take it away here, Spoons.
Yeah. Today we're playing in Citizens Bank Ballpark in Philadelphia. Another pretty nice day. Sun's out, 60 degrees, high 60s. Winds blowing out to right field. Ballpark Pal has this as plus 19% home runs today, but only plus 1% home runs overall. So nothing really out of the ordinary for this ballpark. It's always a little easier to hit home runs here. You got 2 pitchers on the mound that leave a lot to be desired, in my opinion. I think this is a crazy price on Ranger Suarez. I don't believe in him. I know if we look at these last 2 outings, you see 6 2/3 versus Colorado and 0 earned runs, and then 6 innings pitched versus Atlanta and 0 earned runs. But this is Ranger Suarez. We go back to the beginning of the season, that Arizona 3 2/3 and 7 runs before he even got out of the 4th inning is still there. And year after year, this is a true story with this guy. The Brewers' bats leave a little bit to be desired. They're nothing special against lefties, and they're nothing special on the road. But I really think they could get to Ranger Suarez in some way, shape, or form. But that being said, Quintana's on the other side, and this guy's kind of the just definition of an inning eater. He comes here to make sure the younger guys don't get their arms tanked, and he'll take the bad innings when you need them. So that could happen to Milwaukee today. Or I don't know. Milwaukee's bullpen is in a decent spot, though, and Philly's bullpen just leaves so much to be desired, especially now with their closer on the restricted list for the rest of the season. I think this is a Milwaukee spot or pass for me. It's really difficult for me to put any money behind Suarez. We got 65% of the tickets on the Phillies and 67% of the money on Milwaukee. So definitely some sharp tickets and big money tickets coming in on the Milwaukee Brewers. There's a lot of money coming in the under. 65% of the tickets, 63% of the money. I don't see a ton of movement in the line as far as the total goes. And I see an opener of minus 180 for the Phillies, and it's come down to minus 165s and better at some places. So there's definitely some respect for the sharp money that is on the Milwaukee Brewers, and I'd like to get there with it, but I don't know if I can.
Yeah, I understand. Let me bring on our first guest of the show. Sorry to keep him on ice for a little bit. But this is my guy right here. He's been on the show every single week this year. Let's bring on my guy, Justin McKelvey, Stacks Play of the Day. Stacks. I don't know where Jose is, but there's my guy Stacks. Welcome to the show, my guy. We'll run that for you before you get out of here. But welcome to Walk Off Wagers, man. Glad to have you here again on a Sunday, man. What do you have to say about this game, Stacks?
Oh, yeah, this Stacks Play of the Day #1. I'm on the Phillies team total over 4.5. I got that at minus 107. I don't know if they're going to win the game or not, but I love the Phillies against left-handers. Backs against the wall, about to be swept. Just need 5 runs, that's all.
And you said you got minus 107? Minus 108?
Yeah.
Minus 107.
Minus 107 this morning.
Okay, and we're seeing it. I'm seeing a minus 110 right now at their team total at the 4.5 here. I can see it. I mean, they got smacked around yesterday. I mean, they've lost these last 2 games. Yeah, it's crazy. I remember talking about the Brewers on Friday. Was all over them in that spot. I wish I was on them yesterday too.
I told you on the Brewers.
Yeah, the bats have been nice. I think I gave that out for my guy Nasty Nate's birthday pick as well.
That's why I held it.
Yeah, I like the look though on that team total. I might take a second look at that here. I honestly,
I think last I looked, I think they're like 10th or 9th against lefties. And I just like your back's against the wall. You're gonna get swept or not? Just give me 5 runs. That's all.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy to look at this Philadelphia Phillies lineup, man. Man, they've got some boppers
And
lineup.
I'm not as high on Quintana as a lot of people. Like I'm just not. I know a lot of people are, and I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of him. I think
Harper
he gets
still is
mad.
out of the lineup.
Say that again.
I just want to make sure Harper is still out of the lineup. I was just checking official lineups for Philadelphia.
Yeah, he's still out. I wonder if he's going to go on the on the IL or not.
So they
See
can
what
do
my
that
Braves
before they
did to him?
retroactively move it.
Braves took him out.
Oh man, shout out to you, Stacks, my guy. Spoons, you got anything else on this ball game? This is going to be a pass for me. I mean, I made some good money on the team total for the Brewers on Friday, and with them, seeing them as a little bit bigger of dogs here in this spot right now. My book's giving me a plus 152. Curious to see where the market goes on this one and see where the lines are going to end up closing here. But this is going to be another stay away game for me, guys. My action is kind of light today, but for a good reason. I'm going to give you guys out some good plays here coming up. But Brewers team total 3.5 minus 110 right now. That even looks a little bit appealing here, but this is going to be nothing for me. Stacks, appreciate you for coming on as always, my guy. Do you have another game you want to talk about here coming up?
Yeah, Cleveland and the Angels.
Okay. All right. I'm excited for
that'll
that.
be my final spot.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Stacks, my guy. I'll bring you on here shortly. Everyone give a nice shout out to Stacks, my guy, Justin McKelvey.
Justin.
All right. Let's go. And now I see we've got another guest backstage coming up here, and I know we're going to be talking about his game here. I believe so. Let me just double check. Oh, yeah, this is his game. Let's bring on my guy. You know, I talk college football with him every single Saturday last year with our guy, Dabby Cab, on Pub Sports Radio, man. Love doing it with him. Love sharing the screen with this guy. One of my SoCal people living in San Diego out there, the beautiful San Diego, man. Shout out to my guy, Moose Money Bets. Let's welcome Moose. What's up, Moose?
Yo, what's good? Coming out of hibernation, talking some baseball. What's good, guys? What are you doing on this fine Sunday morning?
Oh man, it's good to see you, man. It's been a couple months since we've been able to share the screen talking sports. So I was excited that you were able to come on this Sunday to talk a couple of your games. I know you've been sending me your games lately. We've been talking back and forth about a lot of these games, so it's been fun. But let's get right to it, man. Boston, Atlanta here. Spoons, go ahead and give us a quick little breakdown on the market and the weather, and then we're gonna have my guy Moose take over, and then I'll go last.
Yeah, we're in Atlanta at Truist Park today. First pitch at 1:35 p.m. Eastern time. Wind's blowing out a little bit to left field. It's going to be a beautiful day at the park. High 70s, low 80s. A little bit of clouds, but I don't think they're going to be expecting much precipitation during game time. Ballpark Pal doesn't have this as a pitcher-friendly or hitter-friendly environment today due to the weather. It's basically all neutral, minus 1% runs, plus 3% home runs. The market in this game sets up a little bit. Boston has 52% of the tickets on them, but only 48% of the money. So that means 48% of the tickets on Atlanta is controlling 64% of the money. And all the money and tickets have really come in on the under in this game. The line opened at an 8.5, and you see it just about all the books consensus have moved down to an 8. So they really respect that under money. I think that makes a lot of sense with Garrett Crochet and Bryce Elder on the mound. Two pitchers that have showed they can pitch really well. Crochet more so than Elder, but I think there's a lot of respect being paid to the Braves here. I looked at this line and kind of expected Boston to open as a heavier favorite, and it seemed like they were kind of offering that Boston line up to you. And now that I see some of the books really move this line down even more, I see some minus 112s, minus 107s, almost pick 'em prices at some of the books. So some definite respect being paid to Atlanta. I'm looking at the official lineups, just trying to see if somebody's missing for the Boston Bats. I don't see any huge names. Our guy Jose might be better to list that, but I see all the names in the lineup for both teams.
Let's see. We go back here. Take it away, Moose. What do you have to say about this one?
I mean, I do kind of like where you guys are going with the with Spoons kind of setting up the under. I was also surprised when I checked the line. It was kind of, I think last night it was set up about minus 130, and it seemed like a fishy line, especially when you look at Elder's numbers on the year. He doesn't look like he's pitched all that well, but you kind of go a little bit deeper into the metrics and you realize something kind of important, which is what I latched onto, and that's the ground ball. Ground ball pitcher, Elder, he's 52.2% on the year. Boston is a 50% ground ball rate, and against right-handed pitchers since in 5/19, so May 19th. And their last 5 games versus left-handed hitters, he's been 2.19 ERA, 289 slug, 3.17 FIP, 3.98 xFIP. I bring that up because if you look at the splits, you notice that Elder has some pretty heavy righty-lefty splits. And it looks like lefties are just crushing him. But if you look at those numbers, his last 5 against left-handed hitters, he's done very well. Boston, since May 12th, that's 227 at-bats, 30.7% K rate. That's a significant sample size with a lot of swing and misses. And you see them have a 242 average, 697 OPS. It's not awful, but it's also kind of not good. So when you're talking about Boston lineup going against Elder and you think, oh, they're going to probably get on him, dude, they have been pulling their front shoulder pretty heavily. When you are looking at Boston and how they're swinging, you notice their front shoulders kind of leaking out a little bit. They're trying to get too aggressive to some pitches. Yes, you saw last night they were having to deal with quite a bit of velocity. Elder is not that, but ground ball rate pitcher against a team that is struggling to get the ball in the air, that is hitting ground balls at a higher percentage, 50%. That's a really high clip for ground ball ratio. In Atlanta versus left-handed pitching since Acuna came back, 94 at-bats, 28.7% K rate, 235 average against, and a 595 OPS. That is not good. You do not want to have those numbers, especially when you have a lineup against left-handed pitchers where Acuna is in there. It wasn't that long ago where like the Atlanta Braves against left-handed pitching, like that was Terror Dome right there, but not so much anymore. Sale did recently pitch against the Braves May 16th, 7 innings pitched, 2 runs, and 8 strikeouts. I'm looking for something very similar to that. I got on the first 5 under 4 at plus money. I do think that the reason they are giving Braves a lot of respect is they're expecting Elder to pitch well. I'm not going to get into the bullpens. Both bullpens have been below average, to say the least. I will take first 5 under 4 at a little bit of plus money.
I like it, Moose. Yeah, I'm getting an under 4 right now at a plus 100 here for the Red Sox Braves game. I'm gonna write that one down. I'm gonna circle it too. I like that look. I love the breakdown, my guy. Loved all the information right there, man. You might have me telling you going into this game here. I had a lean towards the full game under. Then I had initially had a lean towards the Red Sox in this game, but just seeing this line continuously move towards the Braves here, I think we are seeing some respected money coming in here that's moving this line. I'm seeing the Red Sox down to a minus 110 at my book. I believe they're up to a minus 125 at one point. I like the look on this first 5 total here. I don't know if I want to move on the full game or the first 5, though. I'm going to definitely be taking a look at this game as we talk about these other ones. But Spoons, anything else you have in this game?
Awfully suspicious when the books are setting a line like that, where I kind of disagree with it in the first place, and then they're moving more in that direction. This has got to be an Atlanta spot. I really like that under that Moose just gave out. Both either way there. I'm not going to put my money on this game though. Yeah, this is a tough. Oh my gosh, let me see. This is a tough spot for me. Sorry, I got too many tabs open, guys. I got like 20 tabs open right here. Shout out to everyone in the chat right there, man. Perky Sanderson right there, always showing out. Appreciate the love in the tweet. He posted one out earlier this morning. Justin McKelvey right there. TC, Robert Cherry. But yeah, nothing for me in this game. We do have Moose official, his first play here on walk-off wagers. It's going to be the Braves, Red Sox under 4, first 5. You can get some plus money. I'm getting a plus 100 right now. Moose, what did you get again?
I got plus 100. It did come down from plus 105, so obviously money coming. Although, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the over has been taking the higher percentage, but the lines moved towards the under. Did I hear that correctly?
So all of the money and tickets right now are on the under in this game. 83% of the tickets and 94% of the cash. It opened at an 8.5 though. Just about every book I see, and it's come down a half run, so it's clear respect to that under money.
All right. Well, we've got Moose official here, and I know we have another one of his games here coming up. What's your other game, Moose? Remind me.
It's going to be the Giants and the Marlins, the Fish.
Okay, let's go. So I'm going to bring you back in there for Moose. Appreciate you, my guy. Hang out backstage, have a beer, chill out for a little bit, and I'll bring you back on here shortly.
Hey, what do you guys got on tap back here?
All right. Appreciate my guy Moose right there. Love my guy Moose. Shout out to you. Let's get to this next game here. Athletics in Toronto. Interesting spot right here. Seeing the Blue Jays nearly out of minus 200 here in this spot. Athletics, though, I mean, look at the kind of baseball they've been playing the last couple of weeks, and it kind of explains it. Ever since that sweep that the Angels had in Sacramento about a week and a half ago, it seems like they've kind of thrown in the towel a little bit, sent a couple guys down, brought a couple other guys up, and they just can't seem to put together wins. They do got some good bats in that order still. Tough spot here. I'm seeing Blue Jays minus 220 right now, guys. This is crazy here. Sears against Gosman. Spoons, take it away here. Start this game off. Give us a little market breakdown. Let us know about the weather and if you have a play in this game or not.
Yeah, so we got the Athletics and the Blue Jays playing at Rogers Center up in Toronto. It's going to be in the 50s, high 50s, low 60s. The wind's not going to play a factor because they'll close the roof here today. That generally is a factor that's going to be more of a pitcher-friendly game than a hitter-friendly game. Obviously, yesterday that didn't mean anything, but just as a rule of thumb, when you see the roof closed, it's probably going to not be as many runs. I think Kevin Gosman's going to enjoy pitching today here in Toronto. He's a guy that seems pretty comfortable at home. He had one blow-up start versus Tampa Bay, but outside of that, I don't think he's given up a run at home. And Tampa Bay's offense has clearly been clicking pretty well. So maybe he can just pitch better against this Athletics offense is what the books are telling you. They're moving the line in that direction. And sometimes you got to respect that. 75% of the tickets on Toronto and 89% of the money. This line opened around minus 200 for them. And just about all the books have gone past 215 now. So definitely some respect for that Toronto money. JP Sears is a guy that these last two starts have really been terrible for him. 9 earned runs versus Houston, 6 earned runs versus LA. You go back 4 earned runs versus San Francisco. But if you draw the line right there and look back, he was a guy that was dealing. He was pitching really well. Hadn't given up more than 3 earned runs all season versus some pretty decent lineups. And I think maybe he can get back to that here in a little bit of a pitcher-friendly environment. I lean this under here. I know all the runs that have been scored in this park in the last few days are probably going to scare a lot of people off that. I got close to moving on it. JP Sears, though, just leaves a lot to be desired. And the more I look at these Toronto bats, the more scary they get. Weighted runs created plus the last 30 days, they're third in baseball versus left-hand pitching on the season. They're second weighted runs created plus in baseball. And those numbers just all the way through and through. They're first at home weighted runs created plus over the last 14 days in baseball. This is an offense that I just didn't really want to fade, but that first 5 under was what I wanted to attack. A little bit of faith in JP Sears is all it takes, and I just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah. You know what? I think this is going to be my first official play I give out on the show today, guys. You touched on it already, Spoons. There's been a lot of runs scored in these last couple games. We saw the total at 8.5 and 9, and now we're seeing it open up at an 8.5 today. Now it's down to an 8 right now. I'm all over this under 8 here in this spot here. I expect Kevin Gosman to go out there and pitch lights out against this Athletics team. Going to need a decently of a solid outing out of JP Sears. I know these Blue Jay bats have been hot. I've kind of talked about it this season. This is going to be a team that I want to back throughout as we continue to go through the season. This is going to be a team I'm going to back. I like this offense. I've talked about it on several occasions. I like the bats that they have in there. They got to get Guerrero to get going here. He's got to start hitting some home runs. I know hasn't had a lot of power this season. They've got so much talent in that batting order not to be successful. You got Bichette, you got Guerrero, you got Springer. I know Springer's 35 now, still swinging the bat decently well now. You got Addison Barger, but I'm on the under here. I'm going to dare them to score 9 runs again. I know we've been seeing nothing but runs here in these first 2 games here, but now they're giving us a total at 8. I think that tells us everything we need to know here. I'm going to be on the under 8 minus 110 here in the Athletics Blue Jays game. This could be my first official play I give out here. I think that this might get to a little bit juicier to a minus 115 or a minus 120 as it gets closer to first pitch here in the next hour or so. But I'm going to trust that Gausman can go out there and shut these bats down from the Athletics. Even looking at the Athletics team total right now, we're seeing a 3.5 minus 145. Extremely juiced to the under here. And then we're seeing Toronto Blue Jays over 4.5 runs juiced to the over at minus 150. Crazy. I think this is going to be a Blue Jays like a 5-0 type of game right here. 5-1. Blue Jays win this. It's too expensive of a price for me to move on the Toronto Blue Jays. Even on the run line, you're getting a minus 120. So I'm going to stay away from the sidewise. I'm going to take the total here, guys. I'm on the under 8, minus 110. This is going to be my first official play I give out to you guys.
One final note in this game, I'm looking at the travel schedules, and Toronto gets a day off tomorrow and they stay home, while Athletics have to travel back to Sacramento tomorrow and play games. So I think this really favors the Blue Jays. I think Gausman's going to be in a great spot. If you look at the bottom of the Athletics order that's out, you've mentioned some of the revolving door they're running between AAA and the majors, and a lot of those revolving door AAA guys are at the bottom of the lineup here. Gausman doesn't have to pitch to these bats. You know, Wilson, Rooker, and Soderstrom, they can hit the ball, but all he has to do is strike one of them out. He can walk one and get a ground ball and face 5 AAA guys. I really like that under.
Let's go. Let's go. And shout out to my guy, Dabby Cab. He said there's a storm coming. He's going to be in the storm cellar. Wow. Prayers and thoughts for you, Dabby Cab. If you can't make it, don't worry about it, my guy. Just hang out with the family. Chill out down there. Stay safe. Appreciate you for tuning in. But, yeah, keep the family. Keep yourself first here in this spot. Appreciate you, though, for checking in. And I'll be thinking about you, my guy. Everything will be good. But, yeah, I moved on my first official player, guys. It took, 5 plays to get into it. Usually 5 plays in, I've got 3 plays. Just 1 so far. So let's move on to the next game here. We're gonna go to my my Anaheim Angels in Cleveland, visiting the Guardians here in this spot. Man, the Angels let me down yesterday. 4-0 lead. You know, I was on them on the money line. End up losing the game. 6-4, I think it was. The bullpen just an absolute collapse. Man, that right field wall, you only have to hit it 326 feet to hit a home run there. Pretty crazy. But with that being said, Spoons, as always, I'm going to have you start this one off. Take it. Oh, and I got a guest backstage as well. Let's see. My guy Stacks, he is ready to go. We're going to bring my guy Stacks back on for this one. Jose, if you're on the 1s and 2s, let's give my guy Stacks a proper introduction here. Everyone, please welcome Stacks play of the day, Justin McKelvey.
Stacks, 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 stacks.
There's the proper introduction right there from my guy Stacks. Appreciate
it. Jose back there playing around.
The vibes are high now, Justin. Take it away, my guy. I'm gonna have you start this one off.
Yeah, I'm not sure. When I've seen it before he came on, I think this line moved against me, but I'm not somebody who's concerned about it. I love this play. I'm on the Guardians Angels over 8.5. You might be able to get an 8 now. I got over 8.5 minus. I can't read my writing. 104, I think that is 104 or 108. I can't read my writing. But it's Stats play today. It's on Twitter, so I love this play. I love this more than the Phillies play.
Yeah, I'm seeing an 8 right now at minus 115. So you guys, I mean, you can get a better number than what you just gave out if you guys like the over here in this spot.
I think you taking the 9.5 for real. I don't know why this line going the wrong way.
Especially with these 2 bullpens, man. There's just so much room for a negative. Just haven't been good all season long, especially the Angels bullpen. There's not an arm I trust in that bullpen. This will be a game I probably move on live for an over here if there's no runs scored in that first inning. But okay, I like it, Stacks. I was thinking
Yerfie, first 5 over, full game over. Like I was thinking all that, but I just settled on like bring your gloves. Like I love this over.
Yeah, it is interesting, Justin. I don't know if you saw that they posted the lineup. Trout will be out for this one, and Yohan Moncada will be out for this one. Two of their bigger bats this season so far, but they still have, I mean, Neto's still in there. Neto's been kind of on a skid these last couple games. He started off hot, kind of coming back to life a little bit. You got Shonwell hitting second, the lefty, Ward and Soler, no Hoppy. 6 through 9, there's a lot of question marks there, especially involving Chris Taylor and Scott Kingery. What those guys are still doing in the big leagues, playing for a team that's at least trying to win, is kind of beyond me. Don't think those guys should really be in the lineup here. I do like their veteran leadership, but definitely a lot of question marks about their play. But Kingery still got a nice glove. I think he turned like 4 or 5 4 double plays yesterday. It was something crazy. It was a crazy stat.
What was that?
Kingery, second baseman for the Angels, and he had a lot of putouts too. They're just hitting the ball to him. He's got a good glove, but you got to have a bat too. But so Stacks gave out the over here in the spot. We're seeing an 8 right there. Spoons, take it away here in this game. I know you were thinking about having to play in this spot.
Yeah, we got Angels and Guardians here. Progressive field, 140, first pitch. Wind blowing from left to right. Not a huge factor. It won't be easy to hit it out to left field. Our friends over at Ballpark Pal have this a minus 20% home run factor, but outside of that, just minus 6% runs overall, which isn't huge for Cleveland. That's a number you see pretty frequently there. I like Stacks' overplay. What gets me off of the over is just the missing bats from the Angels lineup. If Trout was in there, I would feel a lot more comfortable with that. I'm looking at the Angels. They both have travel spots tomorrow. They're heading over to Boston, so nothing too crazy. And same with Cleveland. They're going to New York. So nothing that's going to make this game just a sell for either team. The Angels' bats have been so hot on the road and so hot versus right-hand pitching. I like that first, or not the first, I like the full game over 3.5 with the Angels. Even without Trout in the lineup, like Jimmy talks about it all the time, your best hitter, your best player steps out and your other guys step up. And you're talking about those AAA guys that what are they still doing in the lineup? They probably need to be sent down. This might be their last chance to step up. And without Trout in the lineup, that's when they need to hit the most, and that's how you get the manager's trust. So if I were going to do anything, it's that Angels team total over 3.5. Gavin Williams is not a pitcher I really like, and he throws the fastball, his four seam 50% of the time. And these Angels bats are 4th in baseball over the last month hitting that four seam fastball, and it's not a good recipe for me. And then on the other side, you got Kokonowitz, and there's not a pitching stat I could tell you that would say this guy's a good pitcher. There's a lot of ways to get to that over. I think Stacks is probably on something. I don't have my money on this game.
And respectfully, when I capped this game, the Mike Trout never crossed my mind because he's never in the lineup. So him being in or out means absolutely nothing to me.
Yeah, those stats over the last month, Trout played 2 of those games. I mean,
he plays like 40 games a year.
Yeah, and you mentioned it too, Spoons. The Angels are sitting on that fastball. I talked about it on Friday. They're hitting coach Johnny Washington. That's what he emphasizes. It's really that you're going into that bat and you're going to get one good pitch and you have to take advantage of that one pitch. It's kind of an old school approach. It works at times, and you've seen it work at times for them, but then you see at times they're swinging 3-0 and at a pitch that they really shouldn't be swinging at. There's a lot of inconsistency with this offense. They're hot and they're cold. They're sitting on that fastball. And you mentioned it. When they're on the road, they've been able to score runs. When they're at home, haven't been able to. They scored runs yesterday, and they were hitting the ball out of the ballpark. It's really just getting guys on and capitalizing. They're the king of the solo home run. So that is one thing about the Angels. But I will say the over in this game does look really appealing. It's just I would have liked to see this stay at an 8.5. I'm not going to lie, because with both these two pitchers on the mound and both these two bullpens, I just think there's a lot of room for runs here in this game. Seeing an over here, over 8 minus 115. I like the look.
One thing I noticed, a lot of I don't know if it's Sharps or Public or whoever it is. I don't really get into that either, but a lot of people don't like to bet overs if the wind's going against them. But my thing is, there's more ways to score runs than home runs. Everything ain't over, just home runs.
No, facts. Yeah, for sure. All right, Stacks, my guy. I know that was your second play of the day. Do you have anything else for us in this later action of the card?
No, I do not. Nothing official.
Yes, sir. Well, my guy, appreciate you for coming up here. You've been consistent. You've been on here every single Sunday since we started the show, so I appreciate that. I'll be talking to you soon. Good luck on all your action today. I'm going to be looking at this over. I might tell you on this one, Stacks. I might even make it an official play.
I think you need to.
I
think all y'all need to. Squad bet.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna be taking a second look at this one for sure. But appreciate as always, Stacks. Jose, give my guy Stacks a proper outro right here.
And he'll be back next week.
Yes.
Stacks, 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 stacks.
All right, so we've got 2 official plays from our guy Stacks. Love that. We got my guy Moose coming on here for a game here coming up, and then we got my guy DJ Big Boss going to be making his first appearance as well here at some point on the show, so I'm excited for that. Shout out to everyone in the chat, guys. Can you guys go do me a favor and hit the like button? We don't even have 50 likes up in here. We need at least 100 today, guys. We've got over 100 people in the chat. Appreciate you guys for rocking with us. We're going to get you paid today, and we're going to talk about every single game. If there's anything else you guys want us to talk about, specific game, weather, market on a certain game at the end, we'll get to that as well. But we're going to get to, minus 400. This is crazy right here. Let's go right to New York and Colorado. Spoons, take it away, my guy.
Yeah, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the New York Mets today here at Citi Field. This is one of the more pitcher-friendly parks in baseball until it warms up, and even then it's still pitcher-friendly. Today I have minus 11% runs on the run model at Citi Field from Ballpark Pal. I see the wind blowing out a little bit to right field. Temps in the 60s, but with that New York wind and everything, it feels like it's in the low 50s. I think this is going to be the most pitcher-friendly environment Carson Palmquist has seen in his professional career. If you look at this kid, he had to go into Arizona Chase Field, a really hitter-friendly environment with a really tough lineup. He gave up 5 earned runs in 4 innings. Then he had to face the Phillies. He gave up 6 earned runs in 4 1/3 innings. And then he got to go face the Cubs, and he only gave up 2 runs to that lineup. The Mets are good, but I think they're worse than the 3 lineups that I just named off. And I kind of like this under here. I also like the Rockies. You can get a +2 with the Rockies, +2.5. That's bettable. I don't see this game. I don't see any baseball team ever being a minus 400 favorite. These are professional baseball players. They're all getting paid to play. This is kind of a sleepy spot for the Mets too. I could only try to get behind the Rockies in some way, shape, or form, but it's really hard to do on the road. But the Mets have to go tomorrow, fly right here tonight from New York all the way across the country and go face a much better team in the Dodgers. So if you're the Mets pitching staff and coaching staff, you're not worried about Carson Palmquist and the Rockies today. You're worried about the Dodgers series. So you're going to save all your good arms. You're going to do anything you can. I haven't seen lineups official for this, but I could also see a decent Mets bat sitting today. I don't know, polar bear hibernates or what, but I could only be in the Rockies on some shape or form. That being said, the market in this game, there's 73% of the tickets on the New York Mets and 71% of the money. So just a hair bit of sharp money in Colorado if you think about the amount of juice you have to pay to bet the Mets in any way, shape, or form. All the money and tickets has come in on the under 85% and 91%. And this total opened up at an 8. It was juiced to the over, and it's made that full move to the over. You see 8.5s everywhere. I disagree with it. I think you can get some value on that under, but I'm not trying to put my faith or money on this Rockies team.
Yeah, I agree, Spoons. I mean, it's hard to back a team that doesn't have double-digit wins on the season yet. This might be one of the worst baseball teams we ever see in the history of baseball. It's pretty crazy, honestly.
After the White Sox last year, I didn't think we'd see anything close.
Right? I know. I mean, I thought this Rockies team, I didn't think they were going to be good this year, but I thought, at this point they would have 15 wins maybe, but 9 wins, it's crazy, man. They fired their coach earlier in the season that they've had for years on end. Bud Black, shout out to him. But yeah, this is a game I don't want to have anything to do with. I'm not going to take the Rockies here. I mean, I when you see a baseball team that's minus 400, doesn't really make a lot of sense. Doesn't matter who's playing who, because it is baseball. Anything could happen. I get that, but I mean, we've seen this all series long, been like a minus 300. Now it's a minus 400. Their team total for the Mets is over 5.5, a little bit juiced to the over at minus 115. Rockies team total here in this spot 2.5. If anyone has interest out there backing the Rockies, I mean, maybe you can take their team total, but at the same time, might as well just take them on the plus 2.5 line, and you're going to get almost, I think, even money, which is crazy. So I want nothing to do with this. I know my guy Jose backstage has a thing. He always fades the minus 300s. I wonder if he has something with the minus 400s, but that's going to be interesting. Nothing for me in this spot. This is going to be a game I'm not going to be watching nor paying attention to. So nothing for me. This is going to be a pass. So let's move on to our next spot. And our next spot has our guest that I brought on earlier. This is going to be a second and final game. So shout out to him for sticking around for it. I appreciate it. I think we have an intro for my guy Moose, Jose. If you could run that for me, for my guy Moose, I appreciate it. But let's welcome back to the show my guy from San Diego, California, Moose Money Bets. Let's go.
Yo, I'm back.
Let's go.
Couldn't get rid of me.
All right, Moose. Well, I'm going to let you start it off here. I'm going to let you take it away here. I know you're going to have a good angle on this game. I'm really curious to know what side you are on this spot. So take it away, my friend.
All right, I'm going to do this in a couple of different ways. One is kind of talk about the analytics of things. Then I'm going to talk a little, the pitching coach. I'm going to put my pitching coach cap on. I'm going to talk a little bit about Ryan Weathers here, but don't worry, it's not going to take too long. We'll be done here, lickety-splickety. Birdsong, he has some crazy home road splits. Last year, he had a 5.31 ERA on the road, which was 1.19 runs higher than at home. This year, he has a 4.63 ERA on the road, which is 3.34 runs higher than it is at home. Birdsong is definitely a guy that likes to pitch at home. Go figure. You pitch at San Francisco in that huge ballpark, you're going to have some outs that are going to stay outs instead of turning into runs. He has struggled versus left-handed hitters, but Miami only has a couple of guys. Really, Jesus Sanchez and Kyle Stowers are really the only notable left-handed hitters, but Birdsong does have a righty-lefty splits where he really struggled against lefties. Miami is hitting right-handed pitching since May 19th. 276 at-bats so a significant sample size, 276 average against, and 757 OPS. Versus right-handed pitching at home since May 12th, 217 at-bats, 263 average, 749 OPS. So Miami can hit right-handed pitching. They have been hitting better. I know that their defense has been abysmal. They made another error yesterday, but thankfully it didn't hurt them too much. And really, a lot of this is the bet on Weathers. So let's get the pitching coach cap on here a little bit. Weathers lost some weight going into spring training, and he also tried to focus a little bit more on the weight room. And the development that he had is he now has his scapula a little bit more stable. And how that helps you is you're going down the hill, you really want to keep that front side locked in on position because he has a tendency to kind of drift off plane. And because he now has a little bit more set scapula, he's able to stay on plane a little bit better. You're noticing his velocity has peaked up. He's now hitting 97, 98, 99. He's gotten better spin rate on his changeup. You're seeing more dynamic action. So all of that being said, it's basically saying Ryan Weathers has potentially turned into the ace that you think he's going to be. And that could be a problem for San Francisco, who has really struggled against left-handed pitchers. Since May 12th, it is a 24% K rate, a 223 average against, and a 641 OPS. All that being said, I ended up on the first 5 money line, run line. I split it because it was minus 110 and it was plus money. I just put half on the money line and then I put the rest on the run line. If you want to go ballsy and you want to take it on the run line, go for it. I endorse it. It's something I tinker around a little bit when I kind of have those lines close enough that I can cover a tie while still get a little bit minimized loss, or I can get the chunk and change back if I'm able to cover that run line. First 5, Miami, -0.5 and money line.
I like it, Moose. I like it, man. I like that we're on somewhat similar sides here. I'm going to go last here in this spot. I'm going to have my guy Spoons take it away here, but love the breakdown. Love all the information, my guy. Spoons, take it away.
Yeah, we got the Giants Marlins here, Lone Depot Park in Miami. The roof will be closed for this one. It's going to be really hot weather, nothing of a surprise there. These are two pitchers young pitchers that really need to kind of start proving themselves if they want to have careers in the major leagues. Ryan Weathers has been around a minute and has had a great start to this season. I think this is a Giants team he can pitch well against. If you look at the Giants bats on the road this year, they're 28th in WRC plus over the last 14 days and 25th WRC plus on the full season. Yeah, they've had some games of recent where they've been able to do stuff, but lefty pitchers of recent, they're last in baseball in WRC plus against on 14 days. And I think this is just a spot Weathers can pitch pretty well. I look at the Giants and they have to travel across the country for a big divisional matchup tomorrow. And Miami gets to stay home and they get to face the Colorado Rockies. So they don't have to go anywhere. They don't have to prepare for anything. Tomorrow's basically an off day for them. They can dump anything they want to into this game, trying to beat the Giants. What it came down to for me was these two pitchers. I see Hayden Birdsong in a really important part of his season. Coming out of spring training, he didn't get the rotation spot he was trying to get. And what he did get was a major league roster role. And he's been a long-term reliever for them this season. And he's finally getting a chance to prove it. And he's got 2 starts so far on the season, and he's kept this team in both of those games. Obviously, giving up 3 runs to Detroit wasn't his ideal outing in 4 1/3 innings, but this is a Detroit lineup that's really clicking. And this is a Miami Marlins lineup that's a lot weaker, in my opinion. I think Hayden Birdsong is in a spot where he's got to put everything on the mound today. And for that reason, I took the first 5 under. I took a first 5 under 4.5. I paid a little bit of juice and got a -128. But I see these 2 pitchers facing lineups that can't really do much in this situation. Put a roof on this place. I know Miami is a place to bet overs generally, and I think that's why I get a little bit of value here. But these 2 pitchers with these 2 lineups, it's the only way I could attack this. It was one of the first bets I was looking at last night, and I never got away from it. I'm trying to see the market movement in this one. San Francisco has 62% of the tickets on them, and Miami has 59% of the money. And then 85% of the tickets have come in the under, and 94% of the money has come in on the under. I'm seeing 8s on some books and 7.5s on other books. So it's probably starting to come down even a little bit. And then see a -130 opening line, and it's down to -115. I think just that travel spot for San Francisco, more people are starting to look into. You're going to want to save your arms for that big series. It's Marlins money line. I like that side a lot, but that first 5 under is where I got my money. What you got, Wine Time?
Yeah, I'm going to move on 2 different spots here in this game, guys. I came into this, I didn't have any bets placed, and now I just placed 2 of them on this game. And the first one is going to be on the Miami Marlins here, +105 full game here. I liked everything you guys said about this game, so I'm also going to move on this first 5 spot. I'm going to move on the Marlins first 5, money line -120 here. The first 5 innings, I'm going to trust Ryan Weathers goes out there and deals against this Giants offense that doesn't scare me by any means. They have some decent bats in there. But I think Weathers can go out there and deal today. I think that we saw this line open up. I saw the Giants last night at a -130. They're now at a -115. We're seeing a smaller amount of bets, but higher percentage of money coming in on the Marlins, and the line is moving towards Ryan Weathers. These are 2 good pitchers that I want to back this season, but I want to back Ryan Weathers here. I was on the Marlins yesterday, and it was a sweat, guys, 1-0 sweat. And I believe they lost, I think it was 1-0 or 2-0 in the previous game. Both these offenses, neither of these offenses are offenses that I'm high on this season, especially the Marlins. But I think Ryan Weathers can go out there and deal today. He's got good stuff. I see right here that the under in the full game is under 8 -120. Oh, man, I kind of want to move on this under too. But as of right now, my 2 official plays are going to be on the first 5 money line for the Marlins, -120. I'm not going to take the -0.5. I'm just going to take the money line, a little bit juicier, but I'll take it. And then I'm taking the Marlins money line +105 full game, guys. So that's my second and third play for the day, for the show. Moose, my guy, I appreciate you for coming on here, my friend, man. It's been too long. Glad that you're on summer break now. So, you still got another day, I think. So
I got one pointless day. Yeah, they're having the last day of school on a Monday. So, the 50% of the campus is going to be at home. They've already had their last day on Friday. So, and then it's a Tincture Drunk Day on Tuesday, and then officially back in summer for 2 months.
Let's go, Moose. Looking forward to talking college football and baseball with you this summer, my man. Again, appreciate you for coming on here. Guys, follow Moose, Moose Money Bets on Twitter. He's posting out his plays. He's getting back active now that he's on the summer break. So he's going to be posting his plays. And you guys know what this guy does during college football. So shout out to you, Moose. Always a good time on screen with you, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good luck to you and get that cash, my guy.
Later, y'all.
There it is, Jose. Shout out to Jose for that. I haven't seen that in a while. So shout out to him for that. And shout out to Moose for coming on here and giving out a couple plays, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Moose.
Yeah. And so we've got plays from everyone in here in this spot. I'm going to give you guys Moose's plays here really quick. Braves game under 4, first 5 plus 100. And then he is on the Marlins money line and run line first 5. He split it up a half unit between the two. And my guy Spoons is also on this game. He moved it on it a little bit early. He got the first 5 under 4.5. A little bit juicier, but I mean, that's a good number to get that. It's now at a 4. So I would have rather taken that 4.5, the juicier number. So I like it. Let's move on to this next game, man. The AL Central, probably the most competitive division right now in the AL, arguably. But you have anything in this one, Spoons? I know we were kind of talking about this one yesterday, and we both had an initial lean on a team here. Do you have anything official here on this? And give us a quick breakdown on the market and the weather if you have it as well.
Yeah, so we got the Tigers and Royals playing this one at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. The market, we have 55% of the tickets that have come in on Detroit, but 84% of the money has come in Kansas City. And that has been reflected by the books. This line opened at minus 145 Kansas City, and it's moved up to minus 155 in some places. And on the over-under, there's 92% of the tickets and 92% of the money on the under. Not an uncommon thing to see at Kauffman. And it opened at an 8.5, and it has not moved down at all. Our friends at Ballpark Pal have this as a plus 3% run factor overall today, minus 24% home runs, but plus percentages for both doubles, triples, and singles. So they're thinking there's going to be some small ball that's alive today in this park. You look at the weather itself, temperatures are going to be in the 80s, high to mid 80s, a little bit of wind blowing in. I really believe this is a Detroit spot. I know a lot of sharps are on Chris Bubik right now, and he's a pitcher I've liked for a long time, but I think these Tiger bats can get to him. You look at them on the full season, they're 6 WRC plus overall versus lefties, they're 5th WRC plus overall, and on the road, they're 4th WRC plus overall. Bubik, yeah, he's pitched some really good games this year. You look at his earned run numbers, 0, 4, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, and you say this guy's really pitched well, but he hasn't pitched at home a lot. He's been on the road for 3 consecutive starts, and that forces him to change venue every time and just not get comfortable. Also, if you look at the lineups he's been facing, they're not at the level that this Tigers lineup is hitting. They're some of the worst lineups in baseball at the time that he saw him. An injured Houston lineup twice, a San Francisco lineup without one of their best bats, Chicago White Sox, Colorado. Baltimore clearly hasn't been hitting. So I think some of these numbers are just inflated with him. The other side of this, Kiter Montero is a pitcher that I know a lot of people don't like, but I have some faith in him to pitch well, and he showed it versus those San Francisco bats last time out. Went 5 innings, no earned, and I think he can do a similar thing here. Kansas City Royals have 2 bats. It's Bobby Baseball and Salvador Perez. On a given day, a couple other guys can get on base. Maybe Freddie Freeman can hit a home run, but this is not a lineup that I have a lot of faith in. And the Tigers lineup, I really do. Royals versus bullpens have not been good. The Tigers bullpen has been good. I know the Royals bullpen's a little more well-rested, but I think this is really a spot where the Tigers can get a win today. I took the plus 140. If you look around, you might be able to find a better number, but that's what I got it at right now. I think there's so many avenues for them to get this win here today. Chris Bubik throws 3 pitches, a fastball, a slider, and a changeup, and the Tigers are top 10 at hitting all of those pitches in baseball. I see so many ways for them to get a win today. I really like this spot.
Yeah. Originally, Spoons, when I capped this game, I was right there with you, man. Is this a necessarily kind of a fishy line, though? The Detroit Tigers, 17 games over 500, probably because Bubik is just pitching really well this season. Odds makers obviously respect him. The Royals, still 3 games over 500, still playing some good baseball. This is just a tough spot for me, man, because as much as I want to take the Tigers, I see the Tigers up to a plus 147 now in my book. I don't know enough about that. Nothing correlates for me in this game to bet either side in this one. Honestly, I think I would have a lean towards the Royals at this point just because we're seeing the line move towards them. But if the line starts moving back towards the Tigers as it originally did this morning, I might like the Tigers. It's just not enough X's and O's and conviction for me to actually move here on this game. So nothing here for me on this spot. I just think it's a little – I feel like they're kind of baiting you to take the Tigers a little bit, the books are, just because if you're looking at it as a public, just looking at both these two teams, and you're like, what the heck? Why are the Tigers this much plus money? It's because Bubich is pitching really well this season. But I don't know. It's too tough for me to actually move on this game. So I'm staying far away from this game, Spoons. But I do have you written down here. What number did you get on the Tigers?
I got plus 140.
Yeah, that's a good number.
So I see this as a travel spot for the Tigers tomorrow. They have to go play the White Sox, but that's a team that I don't really feel like they have to worry as much about. I think they're going to really lock in, try to get this win today. With the travel day, sometimes you rest a bat or two, and I still don't have a confirmed lineup for this one. So maybe that plays a factor into it, especially because Kansas City gets a rest day tomorrow. So I think sometimes that gets affected into a lot of these travel day spots. You see it on Thursday and Sunday cards.
Yeah, very difficult game for me here. This is just going to be a pass for me, but good luck to my guy Spoons getting some plus money with the Detroit Tigers. That being said, let's move on to this. A good series right here. Tampa Bay Rays and the Houston Astros. Taj Bradley against Hunter Brown. As of right now, from what I'm looking at, I'm seeing that Tampa Bay Rays are plus 150. Houston Astros are minus 165. We've got a total of 7.5. Wow. Team total for the Tampa Bay Rays is under 2.5 plus 120. Is Hunter Brown going to go out there and deal today, Spoons, or what? What's going on with this game? Give me your reads on this. I got someone at my door. I will be right back, but take it away, okay?
All right. Yeah, I really do believe that Hunter Brown is going to deal today. You look at Hunter Brown's season as a whole, and there's not much that you can't like. Tampa Bay bats got to him once, but outside of that, this is a pitcher that's having his best season of his career, and he's got all the tools to be a successful major league ace. He's going to be a 2 in this lineup for a long time, I believe. And Taj Bradley also has all those same tools, but he's not been putting it together in the same way on the season. I look at the Rays bats on the road, and I don't think they play as well. The last 2 games, obviously, they've proved me wrong, but short sample sizes can prove a lot. And if you look at the full season, the Rays bats are not playing on the road. And that's to the tune of 24th weighted runs created plus overall. And those last 2 games are just, I think, a blip in the pan. I think this is the spot where Hunter Brown goes 6 innings. The Rays, outside of Tampa, have not been as successful this season. Looking at the market in this game, we have 71% of the tickets on the under and 91% of the cash on the under. This line is opened up at 7.5, and it has not moved down at all. Maybe just a little bit of juice on some books. As far as the money goes, 55% of the tickets have come in on Houston, but 60% of the money is coming on Tampa Bay. So a little bit of sharp action on that side, but nothing crazy. The line movement, though, minus 210 opener for Houston, and we are down to minus 165. I think I see is the best number around.
Yeah.
So some clear movement over to Tampa Bay. I do have a play on this one. I want to get back to it after you talk here for a second.
Wow, Spoons. I didn't know that the line opened up at a minus 205 here. That's crazy. So maybe Hunter Brown doesn't deal here, but I'm still looking at this team total for the Rays. And why is it only at a 2.5 right here? very tricky game here. You guys know me. I've been back in the Rays all season. It's a team that I've been finding value in this year. A team that I feel like you can find value in every single season because they always fly so under the radar with their batting order. It's nothing to write home about, but they've always got one of the best bullpens in the league. And their rotation's always solid, and got one of the best coaches in the league, in Kevin Cash, that I trust. I think he's a top 5 manager in baseball, just from the personnel that he has and what he brings out there on the field. So getting plus 150 here, I want to move on the Rays, getting a nice price here, but I also don't know if it's a little bit too good to be true here. But if we're seeing this line move towards them, sharper money coming in on them, this is a tough spot, Spoons. Anything else on this game? Are you going to make something official here?
I am going to make something official. So I moved on the Astros -1, -122. If you look at this bullpen, all the best arms are ready to go. They're playing at home, and that's where these bats have been at their best. Top 2 in baseball over the last 2 weeks, top 5 in baseball over the last month. Over the full season, 3rd in baseball at home. They're hitting righties. This seems like a good spot for me to back the Houston. I see the line movement moving against me. I was looking at it last night, and I wanted Houston, and I was kind of priced out of it. I'm not worried about that line movement. I think sometimes that's a little bit fugazi, and they have to do things to try to increase money on certain sides. Every way, shape, and form, I try to get there with the Rays bats. That's the only way I can do it. It's just the Rays team total. I don't see an avenue to victory for them, and for that reason, the -1 is just where I want to be. -122 is what I built it at. I'm looking at some of the numbers around. I think that's still about what you could get. You could probably get maybe -120. As far as lineups are concerned, I don't think anything's going to be confirmed before we get done here. But obviously, Houston's still without their biggest bat in Yordan Alvarez. I would expect everybody to go for Tampa Bay, but it's also a travel day, so I'm not 100% certain on that.
And I want to give a quick shout out to Cameron Sinet, $49.99 dono. Appreciate you, my guy. I haven't seen you in the chat a lot, and I hope that you're around often because that's really nice of you, man. Appreciate that. That's super generous of you. Appreciate all the love and support from everyone here, guys. You guys can hit the like button. Can't wait to bring on our next guest here in a couple games. I know he's going to be excited to make his walk-off wagers debut, and I'm excited to share the screen with my guy. But until then, this game, it's going to be a pass for me in the Rays-Astros game. I don't know what to take in this one. This has so many question marks for me. Initially, when I looked at this, I wanted the Astros, but seeing that line movement has me a little bit scared here. But I still think that Hunter Brown could go out there and deal today. Not enough conviction for me. This is going to be a pass game for me, though. Let's move on to my guy, Spoons' Chicago Cubs against the Cincinnati Reds. Seems like this has been the series the last week. They played each other, this is the 6th time in the last week and a half or so. So take it away here, Spoons. I know you have a play in this, and I know you know this Cubs team probably better than anyone, you and Troy Torrance and my guy Saturated, but take it away here, my guy.
Yeah, we got a 2:20 first pitch here at Wrigley Field in Chicago. This is the lowest rated park for runs created on daily stadium report from Ballpark Pal today. It's at -20%, -33% home runs, -9% doubles and triples. It's not going to be an easy place to score runs. We got 2 pitchers on the hill that are having some of their better seasons of recent memory. I don't think Nick Martinez has had a season even close to this. Then on the other side, Jameson Taillon has really pitched well at home. I look at this as a spot to back Jameson Taillon. I see a big number with the Cubs, and I think that's for a reason. The Reds over the last, 4 or 5 years have really seemed to have the Cubs number, and it's one of those frustrating things, but tables turn every few years in these rivalry things. Chicago Cubs have 64% of the tickets, 91% of the money. The line has not moved. I see -157 opener, -155s all around. So slight movement to the Cincinnati Reds. Maybe that's more just due to the total being so low. There's 80% of the tickets on the under, 64% of the money on the under, and it's opened at a 7.5, and it's come down to 7s across the board. Obviously, Wrigley Field is one of the hardest places to score runs when the wind gets like this. It's not warm out. So I think the market's just reacting to that news, and the weather reports get more accurate the closer we get to first pitch. I took the Chicago Cubs -1 here. I built that at -108. You take the Chicago Cubs money line and you pair it with the Chicago Cubs -1.5, and you just bet a little less than half of it on the -1.5, and it comes out to a -1. You can get it at DK, but they always make you pay a few more cents of juice, and it's just not worth it. I think this is a great spot for the Cubs to get a win. They have an off day tomorrow. All the bullpen arms that I want available are there. Palencia was the opener yesterday. He didn't throw that many pitches, and I think he'll be back available in the bullpen tonight. He's a guy that's got 100 out of the back pocket, and I just see so many ways for the Cubs to get on the board versus Nick Martinez. This is a guy that I do not expect him to have a 2.7 ERA kind of stuff on the season. Nothing about the things I see coming out of his arms or things I believe in. He went 7 innings versus Kansas City, 7 innings versus the White Sox. These are not the best lineups, and I think the Cubs lineup is a lot deeper. I think they're going to make him pay. Nick Martinez is nothing new to the Cubs bats, and I think this is where the Fugazi Nick Martinez season ends, and the Cubs really get to him. I looked at the first 5, but I didn't see any reason with the bullpens the way that they were to just isolate it to that. Cubs -1, -108. That's what I got. What are you thinking about this, Wine Time?
Well, I've got a special guest. Oh, wow. He just sent me a video of the storm. Oh, my gosh. That's crazy. Bring on my guy, Dabby Cab. He's going to be here. He's just going to be here for a couple minutes. But shout out to my guy, Dabby Cab, hiding away from what's going on out there, man. Shout out to you, Cab, for showing out, though, man. Give us your play here in this spot.
Yeah, I got you guys. Oh, we need it sideways, huh? My bad. Is that better? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not usually on my phone, man. We're safe out here. I wouldn't have moved to this part of East Texas if I knew the storms were this crazy, but fuck it, man. It's all good. I tell you guys what, if you look at Nick Martinez, like numbers wise, yeah, it looks great. And if you watch his stuff, he's got a pretty decent fastball. He's got a really good slider. It's sharp at times. So I can understand why people might think, oh, he's a good pitcher and you might want to back him. But anybody who's followed me knows that I don't like this guy. And there's a reason for that, because he's got bitch in his blood. I'm just telling you right now, this guy is a pussy, okay? He is not a competitor. He's not a big time pitcher. He needs to come out of the bullpen. Coming in a starting rotation is crazy. I don't think he keeps this spot. I think the Cubs blow him away today. I absolutely hammered the Cubs team total over 3.5. It's a little juicy at -132, but sometimes, in a situation like this, I don't give a fuck. I think it's still a blessing at -132. So Cubs team total over -132. Ride it with me. We're going to get paid. That's all you guys need to know on this game.
Appreciate you, Dabby Cab, my man.
Yeah.
Love the breakdown here on that. And I love that you showed out to give out a play, my man, even though you're going through that struggle right now. I like it. I like it a lot. The more I'm looking at this game, I got 2 of my guys here on the Cubs in some sort of fashion. I kind of wanted to get back to the under in the full game here in the spot. I was on it yesterday. It's not as pitcher-friendly weather as it was yesterday. It doesn't look like, at least. I think yesterday was like 14 to 15 miles per hour blowing in. Now it's looking like, 9 to 10 spoons or something like that?
So at game time right now, I'm seeing 6.5 to 8, but that changes. Wrigley Field's weather, that wind will definitely change. You can look at that closer to game time, and you could see 15 mile an hour blowing in really quick. I think the issue here at Wrigley is until it gets warmer, you got to get into the 70s to really get that weather where this changes. The wind direction will start to change as well, and you'll see some wind blowing out in the summertime. Just the way the park's set up, there's not a lot to knock down the wind, so it's really receptive. So if a gust catches that ball, it's going to make it hold up. I've seen it with PCA, just like some shots that definitely should have gone out this year already, just get knocked down. And I think that will be in play today. Maybe not as much as yesterday, but I expect it to be very pitcher friendly. I don't think pitcher friendly enough to save Nick Martinez, but.
Hey, man, I love it. I love it. Great info right there by our guys. Chat, if you guys can, if you haven't yet, hit the like button, guys. We've got like 150, 160 people in here. We've had 277 come in here so far today. through Twitter and YouTube. So I appreciate you guys. But hit that like button, helps us out a lot. And get a membership if you can as well. Helps us a lot here too. But we're going to move on to this next game. And we're going to bring on one of my guys, man. If it wasn't for this guy right here, I probably wouldn't be talking about games on screen right now. He was the first person that actually reached out to me. I went to an Angel game with Jimmy Gomez, and they did the live sweat from Angel Stadium, and I hopped on the screen. My guy Boss hit me up. He's like, you want to talk some college football this year? And I was like, dude, I'm down. And from then, I've been doing shows with him for the last 2 years. My guy Big Ragu over there at Who Bangin', and then over here at Pub Sports, man, been talking college football, been talking baseball, NBA over here as well. So shout out to this guy. This is my guy right here. Let's bring on, I hope Jose's ready because this guy's got a great intro right here. Yeah, there we go. Let's bring on my guy, DJ Big Boss. Let's go. DJ, how are you, my guy?
What up?
Let's go.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing today?
Oh, we're good, boss. I'm better now that I'm sharing the screen with my guy right here. Stoked that you're able to join us here on this beautiful Sunday over here in SoCal, man. Tell us how you're getting paid today. But first, tell us how your week was. What's been going on with you over at Who Bangin' lately? I know you guys have been doing the live sweat a lot over there with my guy Dylan, killing it over there. But tell us a little bit about that as well.
Oh man, this is the time of the year when I kind of take the back end. I haven't been on camera in a while on shows like these, especially with baseball. But I just kind of relax right now. I'm kind of tuning up for college football, man. Next month, that Phil Steele's gonna drop, and we're gonna get a good look at what we're looking at for next year. And I'm gonna be putting out more content with that. But yeah, the guys still doing their thing, man. My man Dylan's hopping on, giving out crazy NHL. Ix is coming through. My man Wham Talk, not only doing basketball, but also doing reactions and stuff. We hopped on last night, had some good fun doing some reactions and just having a little fun, man. Just trying to blend in as a sports bettor, man. I think we should start stepping the phrase everyday betters, because we everyday betters around here, man. It takes a lot. We're a different breed, man. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all y'all in the show, man. We just a different breed, man. Everyday betters right here.
Let's go. I love it, boss. I love it, my man. Well, we're going to get to this game. Minnesota and Seattle, third game of the series here. Spoons, I'm going to have you give a little market breakdown and the weather breakdown. Then we're going to go to my guy, Boss, and then I'll touch on it at the end. So take it away here. Give us a little update on everything.
Yeah, we have Minnesota and Seattle here today at T-Mobile Park. We have Chris Paddock and Luis Castillo on the mound. We have 55% of the tickets on the Minnesota Twins, but 59% of the money on the Seattle Mariners. On the over-under, 59% of the tickets have come in on the under, and 65% of the cash has come in on the under. The line opened at a 7.5, and you still see that just about everywhere. It's getting juiced to the under. The line movement itself, I see minus 130 openers and a little bit of respect, minus 135s, minus 137s around the board. So the line's starting to move a bit to the favorite here. Pretty nice weather here at T-Mobile. I don't expect the roof to be closed. Temperatures in the 50s, but I don't think it's going to rain. So they generally keep that roof open unless there's rain. I was looking at this from a under perspective. These are two pitchers in the past that I necessarily haven't loved, but Chris Paddock this year, he's really shown you the ability to pitch really well. One thing that bothers me about him is he throws the fastball like 50% of the time, but if you look at Mariners, I think they're 29th in baseball in the season at hitting that four-seam fastball, and then he gets to throw his changeup, which is one of his best pitches a lot. I think he can be successful here in this pitcher's park, and I think the same thing with Castillo. You look at these guys and what happened yesterday, there was an extra inning game and the bullpens got into early. So both of these pitchers are going to get that talk from their manager that says, hey, I need you to go out there and I need you to deal well today. I need you to eat some innings. And I looked at that first 5 under. I didn't want to pay that much juice for an under attached to Chris Paddock and Luis Castillo, but it's the only way I could attack this game. I'd love to hear what you guys got.
Boss, take it away, my guy. You got to play in this one.
Hey, man, coming from the school of unders, man, this one definitely ring the bell on my radar right here. Let's go into it a little bit. Let's take a look at Paddock first. Paddock versus the Mariners. He's done pretty well in the past. Not too bad. And then recently he's been pitching 5 innings all the way out. Only gave up 2 runs in the last game, 2 runs the game before that. Last 5 games he gave up 8 runs, and he's pitched at least 5 innings and all. So Paddock's been doing pretty good. He's at that point in his career where he's trying to tighten up, and he's got to know that he's up against Castillo today, and Castillo, um, he's a great pitcher as well. He's overall he's been doing well, but he does slack up a little bit in his elder age nowadays. And this is the game right here and a spot for him to come and play a decent game right here because for one, he's at home. For two, it's in the season. I mean, it's in a series where it's kind of been back and forth. And both of these teams right here don't bat super good. The ERA is one's ranked. Average batting, one is ranked 20, one is ranked 22nd. So perfect stage for an under right here. And then as you can see, the books even portray that it's a minus 7.5 overall, but they're giving us a 4 at the first 5 spot, and I'm jumping all over it. Give me under 4 in the first 5 in the Seattle Mariners Twins game. And I don't see no other way to play this one. We've got 2 quality pitchers on the mound that's gonna they're gonna be dealing today. So it's a Sunday. I hope they just take their time. Kind of gloomy out there, like my man Spoons kind of set the scene, and I think it's just perfect for under. And these Twins, they've been doing a lot of under games lately. Yes, yesterday's game went a little over, but yes, it went into extra innings. So let's get in there and get with the money and get out of there real fast so we can come buy some of these McBoss burgers.
Let's go. I love it, DJ. I'm with you. I'm on the full game here, though. I'm on a little bit different of it, but I'm on the full game. I got a 7.5 minus 120 right now. I'm going to move on it. I mean, both of these two lineups just scream under to me over the last couple seasons. I know these are two teams that usually make playoff pushes. They always have their streaks. And when we saw the Twins go on that crazy run this season, it almost looked like that they were going to make a coaching move at some point this season because the same philosophy just wasn't working. They're going up there just finding that one pitch, kind of as I was saying with Johnny Washington, kind of emphasizes over in Anaheim. But they're starting to get that pitch and they're starting to drive it. Mariners, a team that always, it just seems like they're never out of the fight. As the game goes on, they've got they've got some talent over there. You guys hear me talk smack about the Mariners all the time. I don't like the Mariners at all, but this isn't a biased thing. You know what I mean? I would have a lean towards the Mariners here in this spot, but my play is going to be on the under because I dare both these teams to score combined 8 runs here in this spot. I know they did in the last couple of games. It took extra innings in the first game. But I'm going to be on the under here. I think we're seeing a 7.5. It opened up at a 7.5 minus 110. Now we're seeing a minus 120. So I'm with you, boss. I'm going to be on the full game here in this spot just because I don't take a lot of first fives. I think I've only given out 4 or 5 first fives officially this season. I might make a play on this, but I'm going to be on the full game. Twins and Mariners.
I like the full game too. I like the full game look as well. But I'm a first 5 guy, man. Like if you ain't sweating, then you ain't betting, baby. So I like to sweat it out that first 5. And I don't want to be sitting down watching the baseball game all day. I want to get in there, get my money, get to the next game. I was getting to the next game and then playing with a little NBA, but we don't got any NBA today. So I could come back for that Dodgers game, but my Dodgers game is not a deep cap. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of people like to defeat the sweep, and I'm gonna go with the sweep in this spot right here. I mean, Dodgers is all turned up off of beating New York so bad these last couple games, and I think they're gonna finish. You got Yamamoto on the mound today, so yeah, it's just a fan play though, nothing major. I don't want to doctor it out, but it's just a fan play. Most people, I know all the cappers in the chat and everything. Everybody's probably hopping on the Yankees again. They've been hopping on them since game 1, so. Some say defeat the sweep. I say keep the sweep. So I'm staying with the Dodgers today. Go Dodgers.
Let's go, boss. I appreciate you coming out, my man. I know Sunday's a busy day. It's a family day, so I appreciate you coming by. I have you written down for Twins Mariners, first 5 under 4 minus 110. We're going to make that the official play today. Dodgers, we have that as well, but we're going to get the under for you. We're going to have you start off the show 1-0 here this week.
Yes, sir.
So glad you were able to stop by.
Man.
Yeah.
Hey, big shout out to y'all, man. if y'all don't know, first time in here, this guy Weinstein is a class 1 great guy, man. So it was a pleasure working with him all this time. Like I said, he first got on some of our shows, and he had it from day one. He has great breakdowns. He's a great character. He speaks well. He's clear. He's organized. He's got his background and stuff really touched up from where he started, though. Before we were like on the phone with some headphones and all that, but now we got the wall of fame back there and everything. But yeah, shout out to y'all. I love what y'all doing, man. I love what Pub Sports is doing. You'll be seeing me around here more when the football season kicks off. So y'all have a good one, man.
Yes, sir. Look forward to working with you, boss. Have a good rest of your day, my guy. Shout out to DJ Big Boss, man. That was awesome. Love that he was able to make an appearance on the show, man. Appreciate that a lot from him. Like I said, he kind of gave me my start. First thing I ever went on live stream was that. And then I think a couple weeks later, I ended up going on with Dabby Cab for a college football live stream game, I want to say. Got to meet him and Dutch on screen, and then just started breaking down college football every single week with my guy Boston Ragu, man. And if you guys don't catch that show, man, it's a great show. I love talking college football with these guys. But with that being said, Justin McKelly says he got runs plant in the back. Shout out to you, my guy. Hey guys, we need some likes up in here. We need to hit 100. I know we're going to get there at some point during the show. We've got 3 games left in recap. Let's get there before the show ends. First show, we got 150 likes. I think we can get back to that spot. Shout out to the 300 people that are tuning in live right now. It's looking like from YouTube and Twitter. I saw my guy Big Show in there as well. Shout out to my guy Big Show, as always, for showing out. And yeah, Truth Teller right there too. I don't know if I said what's up to Truth Teller earlier, or Gorky. What's up, Truth Teller and Gorky? Good to see you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Glenn R in the building. Old E, always showing support for our channel. Who banging everyone's channel, man. Love everything he does in the chat. But let's get to this next game. So nothing official from you in this game, Spoons. I want to just double check. Oh, you're muted, my friend. You're good. First time ever muted.
I texted you last night about that first 5 under. I got close with it, but I just couldn't get there. Paddock, Castillo, I just still have a bad taste in my mouth, and eventually I'll have to get over that because these guys look like they're pitching a lot better this year. But as of now, I'm just off this game.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting game here. I'm on it officially. Got the under 7.5 juice to -120. I like it though. I'm gonna dare these offenses to score 8 runs here today. We just gotta hope that it doesn't go into extra innings. But let's move on to this next game now. Let's go to this has been. I was on the Nationals yesterday. It was a nice little play. It was crazy. I think their first 9 batters reached base safely. Just a crazy game. I think they scored 10 runs in the first inning. Just wild. Spoons.
They almost blew that game. I was looking at that.
It was crazy. That's wild, dude. Nationals, shout out to them for the +165. I was almost going to wear the Nationals jersey again, but I've been wearing it a lot. So I didn't wear it today, but let's get to it, Spoons. Take it away here in this game. Washington Nationals, Arizona Diamondbacks. What do you have in this one?
Yeah, so we have the left-hander on the mound, Mitchell Parker, versus the right-hander Corbin Burns. They're playing this one here today at Chase Field. This time of year, the roof is almost always closed. It's just so hot. They always announce it. It's one of my favorite parks. They announce it before the series starts, so we can confirm that that's definitely closed. Makes it a little bit more pitcher-friendly, but this is just an offensive park in general. These are 2 offenses that are really kind of clicking. I lean towards that over. It's really hard to trust anybody in that Washington bullpen. The Arizona bullpen also, there's a couple names at the top that can close out that game, but the rest of the guys are pedestrian arms that might not be in any trustworthy bullpen in baseball right now. So this over kind of screams to me. Chase Field is +8% runs overall on the day from ballpark factor. So that also helps the market. In this one, we have 61% of the tickets on the over, but 63% of the money on the under. And it's opened at a juice to the under 9. And some of the books have moved to a juice to the over 9. But no full move through any numbers there. 73% of the tickets on Arizona and 70% of the money on Arizona. No surprise there. Mitchell Parker's not having a great year by any means. I think a lot of people want to fade him. It's a guy that throws his four-seam fastball a lot, and Arizona Diamondbacks are number one in baseball in the last 30 days and number one in baseball in the season at hitting a four-seam fastball. I think this sets up for Mitchell Parker to get smacked by the Arizona bats. Versus left-handed pitching over the last 30 days. They're number 6 overall in baseball with weighted runs created plus. I think they're in a good spot to get to him. Corbin Burns is a pitcher that over the years has really showed his ability to deal, even though the Nationals bats are hot right now. I think he can shut them down. The books are reflecting that, and that's why it's priced so heavily to try to back the Diamondbacks. And the line opened out at 245, and I see almost down to 230 at some books. So maybe a little bit of money coming in on Nationals that's getting respected, but I haven't made it official yet. I was going to wait for lineups, but I don't think we're going to get them today. I'm going to just double check one thing. Do you have anything in this game? I'm going to give out my home run prop in this game at the end.
This is going to be nothing for me in this game. I see my guy Troy Torrance in the building, though. Shouts to my guy Troy Torrance. Cash cow right here. I mean, I'd say the Diamondbacks are going to absolutely smash here, which I do agree with. It's just what I want to parlay them up with pretty much at this point on this card. An appealing spot. I hate to say it, but maybe the Dodgers here today might be the spot I parlay them up with. Or actually the Cleveland Guardians at minus 200. I might follow Troy here with the Diamondbacks. I'm not going to take them on the run line, but I think I'm going to take them in a parlay piece with the Cleveland Guardians here. I'm not going to make that official yet, but I'm looking at that right now. Still have a couple of other things I want to look at here in this game, but I do think the Diamondbacks can hit this guy here today. I think they're live to win this game. Not only win this game, but smash him up here in this spot. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did the Nationals win game 1 in the series?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got to double check that. Hold on.
Yeah, Diamondbacks, yeah, they did. I just checked. But Diamondbacks, man, they're falling behind. This is a team that I believed in going into the season. I believed in their bats. Yeah, their rotation has some question marks. They've got some age to them, and their bullpen has a lot of question marks. But I do believe this team going forward will be a team that we could back at times. This isn't the price I want to back them at, though, here. Seeing them at minus 1.5, minus 125 makes me do think that they are live here. Their team total is 5.5 plus 100. They probably smash these guys up here. It's nothing I'm going to end up taking or giving out on the show, but I might end up giving me a little Arizona Diamondbacks and Cleveland Guardians money line parlay. We'll see, though. Did you make anything official in this one?
So I'm going back and forth. I think Ketel Marte is going to lead off today. I would like to get on his home run prop today. I want to see it in the actual lineup, and I won't be able to do that before the end of the day. So what I think I'm going to do is tweet it out. But what I'm going to do is either take Ketel Marte home run prop or Eugenio Suarez's home run prop. Both of them are sitting 350 plus, 350 on Ketel Marte and 390 on Suarez. I'm not a fan of Mitch Parker. I think he has the ability in the future to put some of this stuff together, but here today in this stadium with this lineup, I think this is a recipe for him to just get touched up. And then if he gets touched up and out of there, this Nationals bullpen is already beat up and there's no good arms in it. I think there's so many opportunities for this Diamondbacks team to get on the board. That'll be my home run prop of the day. As far as a real full unit bet, I don't have anything on this game.
Remind me, what number did you get that at, Spoons?
So it's going to be 350 for Marte and it's going to be 390 for Suarez.
Home run props. All right, I like it. All right, with that being said, let's move on. We only got 2 games to talk about, guys. Over 90 minutes in right now. We're making really good time. Been breaking down these games like a pound. Appreciate everyone, as always, in the chat for showing out, man. We wouldn't be doing this show if you guys didn't show out for us, so we appreciate you guys. Please hit the like button. I think we're at 10 likes away from 100. We've got 300 people in here from YouTube and Twitter. It's looking like. So shout out to you guys for joining us. Let's get to this game. Andrew Heaney against Randy Vasquez. San Diego Padres here took an L yesterday. I had them money line in a parlay piece with something. I forgot what it was, but ended up getting shut out by the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's crazy. Padres bats right now. Let's see. Looking at this game, let me just bring up the current line. I'm seeing right now as I look at it, Pittsburgh a plus 130, San Diego only a minus 145 here. Heaney has been pitching somewhat decently well this year. It's just I don't trust the Pirates bats. I can't trust them. There's not a lot of guys I like in that order outside of O'Neal, Cruz, and Reynolds. It's a tough spot, though, because it almost seems like a fishy line here, Spoons. I don't know. What do you think about this game?
So when you say fishy line, can I ask you what you mean before I take this any further? I have an opener of minus 145, and I see minus 140s around.
I would think going into this game that the Padres would – I know it's Vasquez against Heaney, and Vasquez hasn't been excellent this season, but I think the Padres should at least have been a minimum minus 160 opener here in this spot. I wouldn't trust the Pirates to win back-to-back games ever. And seeing them only at a plus 130 here, the Pirates are one of the worst teams in baseball. 15 games under 500 right here. I don't know. From the outside looking in, but also Heaney's been pitching good this season. So maybe the books are just giving him a little bit more respect. How's this Padres bullpen looking like as well, if you have any of those details?
So the first note I'll make before I hit the bullpen is that the Pirates have an off day tomorrow, and the Padres have to play tomorrow. So while the Padres have a in-division game coming up that means probably more to them than this Pirates game does, I think that probably takes some of the value out of the line. As far as the bullpen goes, the Padres have everybody available. 2 days ago, Suarez, Adam, and Estrada went their three best arms, but yesterday they didn't have to use a single arm they trust, so everybody's available for them to go. And Bednar's pitched the last 2 days for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's their closer, their best arm. Everybody else should be available. Dennis Santana did throw 23 pitches yesterday. I don't know how his arm is. Some pitchers have the cutoff at 20 where they don't go back to back. But I would expect both bullpens to be pretty well available. Andrew Heaney has outperformed any sort of metric I would have put on him to this point in the season. And in that Arizona game last time out, he got smacked around pretty good, how I would expect him to more going forward. He's already seen this Padres team once this season, and the Padres got 4 runs on him in 3 2/3 innings. They got 8 hits and 4 walks, so it could have been a lot worse than what it actually was. Vasquez, a lot of people don't like. Some people call him Vasquez, but I think he's a serviceable MLB pitcher. I don't think it's necessarily suspicious that the line's short, but I would definitely favor the Padres here. I know they don't want to use all 3 of those good arms that are available, but I think if they can get to the second half of this game, it's the Pirates. How many runs do we need to score to beat them? 3, 4? I don't see any way that I could get on the Pirates here today. Just the rest advantage, though. You do get a little bit of momentum coming off a win like that. Maybe they can channel some of that into a pitcher that wants to have a bounce back after a bad start. If I was trying to make an argument, but I really just want to get there with the San Diego Padres. There's 90% of the money on the, or 90% of the tickets on the under in this game, and 90% of the money. The line opened at 8.5 juice to the under, and it's at 8.5 juice to the over everywhere. So that's a little bit suspicious in itself. 57% of the money has come in on the Padres, and 68% of the tickets. I think this is really just a Padres spot through and through for me. I can't make you a solid argument for the Pirates, but I'm not betting it.
Yeah, I see my guy TJ in the chat. I think he said he's back on the Pirates again today, too. I don't know, man. Seeing the Pirates plus 130 against San Diego Padres, it didn't matter who's pitching. It looks funny to me because the Pirates, I mean, I feel like the Padres should be at least a minus 160, probably even like a minus 180 here in this spot. I mean, look at this is a mismatch on the baseball field here, guys, especially if you're looking at lineups-wise. But it just, do I have enough conviction to back the Pirates here in this spot? Am I getting a good enough number here at plus 130? I don't know. I don't know if I want to back Heaney here. It just, I don't want to be on the Padres here, though, in this spot. But at the same time, Pirates going to win 2 games in a row here. Maybe, but being plus 130, that would be my only look here. It's going to be a stay away game for me. Just so far, I think I've got 4 plays going, and I might move on this last game here, but this just nothing correlates enough for me here. I'm going to end up passing on this one. This might be one of the games I move on last minute. If the Pirates go to like a plus 125 or something like that, you might see me on the Pittsburgh Pirates here. But as of right now, this is just going to be a stay away game for me. TJ said, got to look at SD last 7, last 4 offensively compared to pick lopsided. Yeah, I get it. David Redlin over parlaying A's, Diamondbacks, and Dodgers. Yeah, shout out to you guys. So is this official for you then, Spoons?
No, I don't have a move in this game. I'm just kind of looking at what TJ's saying, the last 14 Pirates bats versus the Padres bats. I'm looking at Pirates bats overall, 23 weighted runs created plus last 14 days on the month, 29th weighted runs created plus last 30 days. I don't think those numbers are that great. Padres bats last 14 days are 27th, so obviously not great either, but they're in the same category. And if you put the Padres bats at home, they're a lot better than they have been on the road, which is where they're at today. I don't know. I tried to sell myself on the underdogs in all these games, and I don't understand the Pirates take here.
Yeah, no, I get it. So this is going to be a stay away game for both of us. A lean for me, lean for Spoons as well, but nothing official for us here in this, guys. So we'll move on to our Sunday night baseball game here in LA, man. LA's been playing some big time baseball these last couple of games against the Yankees. Are the Dodgers playing on every single Sunday night baseball this year? It seems like them and the Cubs, I think.
It's going to be Dodgers Cubs every.
Yeah, it seems like one of them two play every single Sunday night. Shout out to them though. But yeah, this is going to be a good, I don't know. We saw some really crazy lines in these first couple games. The Yankees being favorites here, Dodgers going from favorites to dogs. And now we're seeing the Dodgers. I mean, Yamamoto's on the mound, so it makes sense that they're -1 right now. Let me look at what the current line is. Of course, it signed me out. I think we're looking at a -165 to a -170 here in favor of the LA Dodgers. I just want to double check before I actually say that is true here. -164 for the LA Dodgers. I think the Dodgers are going to get the sweep here. I think DJ Big Boss kind of hit it on the note here. I think the Yankees are dead in this series. I think Dodgers smell blood in the water after that comeback win in game 1. These Dodger bats, man, I mean, Max Muncy, this guy always just seems to come up in clutch situations and big-time ball games and somehow deliver. I just don't get how he's still playing Major League Baseball. This guy doesn't look like he is in any kind of shape to be playing any kind of sport. But with that being said, Dodgers are playing good-time baseball, man, and I would only move on them here in a parlay piece. I think that they're going to be live to cover this game on the run line. I think that this is going to be a sweep for the Dodgers here in L.A. on Sunday Night Baseball. I'm curious to see where this line goes before first pitch. This isn't going to be anything I actually move on officially here on the show, but I think the Dodgers probably sweep here. What do you have to say about this one, Spoons?
Yeah, I just want to shout out TJ in the chat there. Good luck to you as well. I hope you milk the books for all they're worth. Yeah, we got Yankees, Dodgers, Sunday Night Baseball. As you touched on, the next 2 weeks, we're going to have another Dodgers game and another Yankees game. It's pretty much they're trying to get any TV ratings they can. It's baseball. We got pretty nice day for baseball tonight, 68 degrees to 66 degrees during game time, a little bit of wind blowing out, a really good pitcher in Yamamoto on the mound for the Dodgers. And then Ryan Yarbrough, a little bit of journeyman, came from the Rays, a guy that's probably going to be in an opener type position today, but he's a good pitcher in his own right. He's a lefty, and the Dodgers bats are really smack lefties. They're one of the best teams in baseball on the season. Any sort of metric you'd like to look at that. So that makes me think the Dodgers have a good shot to get to them early. If you look at the travel spot, the Yankees are going to be heading back to New York to play the Guardians tomorrow, I believe. And Yankees have a day off tomorrow. This is just not a game that I've really moved on yet. 52% of the tickets have come in on the Dodgers, 75% of the money. The line has not moved at all, maybe 5 cents towards the Yankees in that fact. And then 66% of the tickets have come in on the under, and 89% of the money has come in on the under. And that's with the books moving it up. I texted you last night when I was looking at it, and I saw all the 8.5s were juiced. And I saw some of the juice starting to move up past the 120 mark, which is always a good indication to me that it's going to move to a 9. And that's where I see it at all the books here. With that money on the under, that tells me that somebody's getting touched. I really believe that the Dodgers probably find a way to get their team total in this game. That's probably how I would just bet this. You get a little bit of a better number because they're the home team, so they have to take some of the juice out because they know they won't necessarily get all of the 9 innings to do it. I'm not going to bet this. I think a live bet come on the show tonight. I think my guy Jose is going to have a live stream. Maybe that'll be a fun way to attack it. But as far as my card's full for the day, I don't need to add anything else.
Yeah, that's how I feel in this one, Spoons. Not going to lie. Yeah, the over kind of looks appealing here. At a 9 here at this spot, I do think runs are going to be able to be scored here. Just the way the Dodgers have been swinging the bat lately, man. I mean, they could get those amount of runs in one inning. They're over 4.5, juice the over at -135. But as you mentioned, are they going to come to bat in the bottom of the 9th inning? So we most likely think they're going to have the lead in this one. At least I do. So that's
the Dodgers have the travel day tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Okay, where are they heading off to?
To New York. So they stay home, but they play the Mets. So I guess they don't have the travel day, but they have to play tomorrow.
Got it. Yeah, so this can be a stay away game for me, guys. This could be a nice game we could bet live. You know, my guy Jose, he's going to be going live tonight for the stream tonight. I won't be able to join tonight, but one of these Sunday night baseballs, I'll definitely hop on there for the entire stream and live bet with you guys. But I've got enough plays here on the card that I'm happy with, that I'm going into today thinking that we're going to have some success with. You know, the first show I came on here, had a really good show. The last 2 shows had losing shows. I think last week was 5-5, down 0.1 unit. The week before that, I think I lost like 2 or 3 units. First week I won 2 or 3 units. So we're a little bit down on the season so far, but we're going to get it back here today. I'm not going to give you guys as much action as I did last week. It's going to be a lighter card for me today. With that being said, Spoons, let's go over your action for today. Can you just go over your bets and anything else you want to add before we wrap up here, my friend?
Yeah, I got 4 regular unit plays and then 1 home run prop that I haven't bet yet, but I'm going to make that official on Twitter when I post this after the lineups come out. So I have the Tigers money line plus 140. I have the Cubs -1, -108. I have the Astros -1, -122. And I have the Giants and Marlins first 5 under 4.5 at -128. The home run props will be out of the Arizona lineups, either Suarez or Ketel Marte. Probably depends on how the lineup actually comes out, but I expect one of them to be able to get to Mitch Parker and that pitching staff. The bullpen there has just been terrible all season. Chase Field is always a nice place to hit. Anything else on this card that stuck out that we didn't mention? I know we went through everything. It was a little bit faster paced than last week.
Let's see here. I'll go over my action, then I'll go over my couple leans for today, and then I'll go over my guy Moose and Boss's picks as well. My plays I made official on the show today, guys, are the Toronto Blue Jays and Oakland A's under 8 -110. I'm on the Marlins first 5 money line -120 and the full game plus 105. We are also on the Twins Mariners under 7.5 -120. Have a lean towards this under in this Marlins game as well. And there's a couple other spots that I like. The Pirates, another game I might end up moving on. I don't know if I'm going to make that official by any means, though. I don't think I will. I like the 4 plays I have today. Guardians and Diamondbacks money line parlay for about even money looks pretty good. That might be something I end up moving on that I'll end up tweeting out as the day goes on. Wow, Toronto Blue Jays up to a -255 now. Geez, that's crazy. Big line movement towards the Jays here. Rightfully so. They're probably going to take care of business here. What is this under looking like now? Under 8 -1. Yeah.
I see some people in the chat starting to put out some home run guesses. Johnny K's got Perez home run prop out there. I see Vincent Hawkins putting Corbin Carell. He's asking me if what I think about him. I think he's just as live there. He's a guy that hits really well at Chase Field. I think he's a guy that hits righties a little bit better than lefties. I don't have the splits actively pulled up in front of me, and I think that's kind of why I went away from him, but probably something I would look into. Anybody that wants to put their home run prop in after the show, put the home run prop in the chat. We'll shout out anybody that hits their home run prop next week on the show for sure.
Yeah, guys, and also leave your comments in the chat after the show. Favorite bet of the day, you know, if we start noticing you guys, we'll bring you onto the show if you guys want to give out a play or two. But make sure to do that. Appreciate you guys as always for the support on here. Hit the like button on the way out. We're really close to 100. We've got over 300 people watching us on Twitter and YouTube right now. So we've had a good amount of viewers in here, guys, and the chat's been going crazy. We've had a lot of new names in the chat, names that I haven't even seen. We saw
Cameron Sinnett again.
Yeah,
shout out
to Cameron Sinnett. Another shout out to him, man. Hope to see you in the chat going forward, and give us your best bet at the end of the show in the comments if you can. Cameron, appreciate you as always. Appreciate my guys, Moose, Boss, Stacks, Dabby Cab for all coming on here. You know, we had 2 people on their debuts, and Moose and Boss wanted to bring on, so I was excited to do that. I know we're all going to do really well today. I know my guy Moose's official play is the Braves under 4 first 5 plus 100, and his other game was the let me pull, that's the one I didn't write up. I'm gonna have to text him for that after the game, but I'm sure he tweeted it out.
And DJ Big Boss is on Minnesota and Seattle first 5 under 4. I think that's a great look. I was so close to moving that on myself.
Yep, that's another lean of mine that I might end up adding. I won't tweet it out or anything, but I might end up doing that. But appreciate you guys as always for showing out, man. We'll be back here next Sunday. One more like for 100, TC says. Guys, hit that like button, guys. Come on, let's get to over 100. And watch the playback when we're done. If you guys want to go over any of the games that you guys missed, if you guys were out of the chat at the time, give everyone on screen that came on screen a follow. Shout out to my guy, Jose Bouquet on the 1s and 2s, holding us down here. It's almost a 2-hour show, so shout out to him. I know he's got a lot going on, doing shows all day, every day. So shout out to him for being here. Shout out to my guy Spoons Bets in the building for being here as always. Spoons, anything else you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
No, thank you for joining us. Make sure you're coming back again next week. Make sure to share it with your friends. Pub Sports is a small channel. It has the opportunity to grow. Just the way the algorithm works, you add likes, you add comments, and the views start to add up a little bit more. So anything you guys can do to help is awfully appreciated. I think it's going to be a great week for us. Again, shout out everybody that came on the show. Love having Stacks, DJ Big Boss, and Moose on. Really excited. Shout out Dabby Cab and Dutch tomorrow. Join them for their show, Medicate Monday. Just a great place. You got to be there. Take us away there, Wine Time. Another great show. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I'm Wine Time Sports. He's Morgan Spooner. Let's leche those bookmakers and let's get paid, guys. Let's go.